It's Perfect Match. And now, here is your host, Bob Goen.
Thank you all. Welcome. Thanks a lot. Welcome to Perfect Match. This is the show that peeks into the private lives of husbands and wives to see how well they really know each other. Now, every day we start off with 3 couples. First, we separate the husbands from the wives. And then while they're apart, we ask each of them some very intimate questions. Then we bring them back together again here on the show to see how well their answers match. And those matches today could be worth well over $5,000. So let's meet them now, shall we? Our first couple has been married for 10 years. She is a claims adjuster, and he is an aircraft mechanic. Welcome, please, Keith and Rosetta Stringfellow. Hi there.
Hi.
Rosetta, tell me about your husband, Keith.
This is my husband and my best friend. He's probably the only man in the world that plays jump rope with his daughters.
Cups and saucers, plates and dishes. Keith, tell me about Rosetta.
This is my lovely wife, Rosetta. She's given me 10 years of her best years, and she tried to belt me.
Belt
me, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
You take a punch, though, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Keith and Rosetta, have a seat. Stringfellows. Our next couple's been married for 11 years. She is a homemaker, and he's a musician. Say hello, please, to Richard and Yoli Hyde. Yoli. That's it. That's an interesting name.
Thank you.
Derivation.
Short for Yolanda.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Tell me about Richard.
Well, he's a great trombone player, and he's a great dad. And a lot
Great.
of fun to have around.
Okay. Richard, how about Yoli?
Well, Yoli's my dearest and loving wife, and I met Yoli cat-a-corner from the music center, and I told her that her orange bra strap was showing, and at that moment I decided that anybody that could look like she did wearing an orange bra was the girl for me.
That old line. Richard and Yoli, have a seat. The Hydes. And finally, our last couple's been married for 4 years. She's a secretary, and he's a truck driver. Welcome, please, Manny and Elizabeth Hernandez. Elizabeth, Liz or Elizabeth?
Elizabeth.
Okay, Elizabeth, tell me about Manny.
Me and Manny have been married for 4 years, so we have a little girl, and he drives for an old company. And he thinks he's just totally betching with this black glasses, like Bruce Willis on Moonlighting. He's like Joe Cool.
He's totally... We've had a lot of descriptions of spouses before, but never that one. Manny, tell me about Elizabeth.
Well, she's my very pretty wife. She hasn't been much of a gambler until her mom started taking her to the horse races and losing all our money. Hopefully she won't lose any today.
Okay, good luck to you, Manny and Elizabeth. Then Hernandez's. Remember now, before the show, while our husbands and wives were still in separate rooms, we asked each of them some very intimate questions. And now's the time for them to make some money by showing off how well they really know each other. So let's get started. We're going to start each of our couples off with $200 in betting money. Now, couples, on each question, you may bet from $10 up to everything you've got. It just depends on how confident you are that you can match your spouse's answer. Our first question is for the wives. And ladies, we're going to find out about that old girlfriend of your husband's. Let's go to the Stringfellows here. Rosetta, if Keith told you that he was taking his gorgeous former girlfriend out to dinner, what would you say? How do you deal with that situation? Now, first off, let's get your bet, because you have $200. How much of that do you want to bet that you can match Keith's answer?
20.
$20?
Yeah.
You don't think you're going to match, huh? All right. First off, let's find out from Keith what he said. We asked him this question earlier. Here's his response. $20 now, Rosetta. Keith tells you he's taking his gorgeous former girlfriend out to dinner. What would you say?
No way.
No way? Keith said what? Keith said okay. He said yay, because his answer was she'd scream and say no. All right, $220 for the Stringfellows. We go to the Hydes now. Richard, Yoli, how much of that $200 do you want to bet?
40.
$40. Could give you the lead. We asked Richard earlier. Let's take a look at what his answer was. So he figures you deal with it now. $40, Yoli.
I'd say go out and have a good time.
Really? Richard, what'd you say?
I said she'd say okay.
Say okay, that's a match. You're very understanding, aren't you?
Well, I know some of his old girlfriends, and too bad.
Okay. Hyde's with $240. Let's go to the Hernandezes now. Elizabeth, how much of your $200 do you want to bet?
$20.
$20. Not
$20.
sure. All right, let's find out from Manny what his answer was when we asked him this question before the show. Let's take a look at it. That's Manny's response. Now, for $20, Elizabeth, what would you say?
I'll kick your butt.
Manny, what was your answer?
I said no, that she wouldn't let me go and she would divorce me.
That's a match, the judges said. Okay. Different wording, but the intent is the same, and that's the point. So the Hernandezes now have $220. You're tied with the Stringfellows, but the Hydes are leading it right now with $240. We'll take a break and come back and ask a question of the husbands where we size up your wife. We'll do that right after this. Don't go away. Welcome back to Perfect Match. All three couples came out slugging here, matched up on the first question. The Hydes in the lead with 240, Stringfellows and Hernandezes both with 220, so it's very close. Let's see how it changes now as we ask our next question to the husbands. Like I said before, we're going to find out about sizing up your wife. Fellas, let's go to the leaders here in the middle, the Hydes. Richard, exactly what size bra does Yoli wear? All right. We need numbers and letters here, Richard, and exactly.
I've always been...
Now, you have $240 here. How much do you want to bet first?
$240. I'll bet $50.
$50. You think you know? Well, Yoli knows the answer to this question. Let's take a look at what she told us when we asked her before the show. All right, we got $50 riding on this, Richard. Exactly what size bra does your wife wear?
Oh, I was always too excited to remember. 38D.
38D. Yoli, your answer was what?
38 double D, but...
Double. Like I said, we need exact. We need exact.
I didn't know there were double D's.
Oh, you do now. Let's go to the Hernandezes now. Manny, how much of your $220 do you want to bet?
I think 50.
$50. All right. Elizabeth takes a deep breath. Let's take a look at what her answer was before when we asked her. Come on, people. This is not a rally here. $50 riding on this, Manny. Exactly what bra size does Elizabeth wear?
Well, I get to see him, so I would say... I'd say 40D.
That's it! That's enough. Let's go to the Stringfellows. Quickly. Oh, dare I ask. Keith, how much do you want to bet?
Can I first?
No. How much of your $220 do you want to bet?
I'll say $30.
$30?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, man, let's find out what Rosetta said. We asked her before. There's her answer. Now, for $30, Keith, exactly what size bra does Rosetta wear?
I'll say a 36D.
36D. Rosetta, what was your answer?
34C.
34C.
I'm going to pay more attention next time.
Oh.
36
All right. Let's take a look at the scores here. The Hernandez is in the lead with $270. Tie for second place between the Stringfellows and the Hydes. You have $190. Here's another question for you. Your last chance to bet some money. So let's see how much you can make here as we ask the wives a kissing question. Oh, let's go to the Hernandezes here. Elizabeth, where is the most unusual place Manny has ever kissed you? The most unusual place. Why am I afraid to ask you this question out of all the couples up here?
This guy is an all-around man.
Okay, now hang on just a second. You have $270, Elizabeth. How much do you want to bet?
I will bet $70.
$70. All right. Okay. Now, we asked Manny before the show, and he told us this. Oh, All right, $70 now, Elizabeth. Where is the most unusual place that Manny has ever kissed you?
If it's not right, you lied.
What's the answer, Elizabeth?
Between...
Manny.
Unusual.
Oh, Manny.
Typical.
Oh, Manny. Oh. What was your answer?
Your armpits.
Quickly, we go to the string fellas. Rosetta, how much of your 190 do you want to bet?
$40.
$40. All right. I trust you a little bit more. Let's find out what Keith said. We asked him this question before the show. Here's his answer. All right. Now, we got $40 riding on this, Rosetta. Where's the most unusual place Keith has ever kissed you?
On my back.
On your back. Keith, what was your answer? He said down your back. Yeah. You and me both, Keith. Yes. Yeah. All right, put the string fellas to 230. We go to the hides. And, Yoli, how much of your $190 do you want to bet?
Let's see. How about $30?
$30. Let's see what Richard said when we asked him this question earlier. Right, $30 now, Yoli. Where is the most unusual place Richard has ever kissed you?
On my rear?
Richard, your answer is what?
Below the waist.
Oh.
Below the waist. I'm sorry. I know your intent was different than what she said. That's not a match in my book. All right, it leaves the hides at 160. The Hernandezes have 200. Stringfellows, you're in the lead right now with $230. We're going to take a break and get set for our perfect match round when any one of our couples can win $5,000. Let's see if they can do it. Come on back. Okay. Welcome back to Perfect Match. It is time for our $5,000 Perfect Match round. Now, as you know, before the show, while our husbands and wives were still in separate rooms, we helped each of them write love notes to each other. And in a moment, they're going to read those notes to one another for the first time. In each one, we have taken out key pieces of information and left some blanks. And couples, if you can match all those missing pieces of information correctly, that's a perfect match worth $5,000. So good luck to you. Our first love notes are from the wives to the husbands. Each has 2 missing pieces of information, and each match is worth $100. Let's go to the hides, who have 160 and could use a match here. Yoli, let's hear your love note to Richard.
My dearest Richard, I dreamed we were in the Arabian Nights and you were Aladdin. But instead of a magic lamp, a genie appeared when you rubbed my blank.
Richard, breasts. Rubbed her breasts. Yoli, your answer was what?
Tush.
Tush, she said. No match there. It's the Arabian Nights we're discussing. Yoli, your next line.
The genie granted you only one wish, and naturally you wished for...
Richard, you wished for blank.
Ooh, an Arabian bed.
Yoli, what'd you say?
Trip to Tahiti.
Trip to Tahiti, she said. No matches for the hides. That means, with great trepidation, we go to Elizabeth Hernandez here as she reads her love note to Manny. Keep your fingers crossed.
My dearest Manny, let's face it, every woman has romantic daydreams. And my favorite time to have a fantasy about romance is around blank o'clock.
Manny?
Oof. 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock. Elizabeth, you said what?
I said 11 o'clock. Every time, 11 o'clock.
60 minutes.
11 o'clock.
You should synchronize your watches. Let's hear it. Romantic daydreams is the topic here. Next line.
Okay. And to be honest, you're the star of my fantasies blank % of the time. Love, Elizabeth.
Manny?
100% of the time?
You're the star of her fantasies 100% of the time. Elizabeth, what'd you say?
You would say 0, but I had to say 1.
1%, she said. No matches for the Hernandez. We go to the Stringfellows now, who have $230. Rosetta, read that love note for Keith, please.
My dearest Keith, Can you imagine if I taught an art class and you were the nude model? First, I tell my students, class, sketch him on his very best side, his blank.
Keith?
Back.
Your what?
Back.
Back? So Rosetta, your answer was backside. Yeah. Backside puts you up at $330. Okay, we're talking about your art class, Rosetta. Let's hear the next line.
Then I tell them, class, you'll need a ton of paint to reproduce his blank. Love, Rosetta.
Keith?
Chest.
His chest. Rosetta, what'd you say? Stomach, she said. Stomach. All right, no match that time, but Stringfellows, you are in the lead right now with $330. We're going to take a break, get set for part 2 of our perfect match round when we'll hear the husbands' love notes to the wives and double the stakes to $200 for a match. Don't go away. We're coming right back. Knock 'em dead. Welcome back to our final round of Perfect Match. Our leaders right now are the Stringfellows, who have $330. The Hernandezes have $200, and the Hydes have $160. Let's see who can win this whole thing now as we ask we get the husbands' love notes to the wives, and we double the stakes to $200 for a match. Let's go to the Hydes, who have $160 and need a match here. One match can put you in the lead. Let's see how it goes as Richard reads his love note to Yoli.
My dearest Yoli, you talked in your sleep again last night. You were so excited, you must have been dreaming about blank.
Yoli?
About rock.
Rock? Rock. Richard, you didn't say rock, did you?
No, I didn't say rock.
What
I
was
said
your
Peter Sellers.
Oh, no.
What is rock?
You just had a dream about Peter Sellers last night, for God's sake.
What's rock?
It's my student.
Student.
Oh, I got you. Now, coming into focus now.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, right. Okay, you're talking in your sleep. Let's hear your next line here, Richard.
You kept repeating, if he doesn't stop blank, I'll go crazy. Love, Richard.
Yola?
Oh, if he doesn't stop making love to me. I'll go
Richard, your answer.
Making me laugh.
Oh,
Peter
no.
Sellers
Yeah.
makes people laugh.
He's talking about Peter Sellers.
my
You're back
sleep,
on rock
I'm
again.
back
Yeah. No match for the Hydes. We go to the Hernandezes now with
Rock,
$200, and Manny, your love note to Elizabeth.
My dearest Elizabeth, every time I drive my truck, I think of you. I think someday I'll fill my truck with blank and bring them home especially for you.
With chocolate chip ice cream.
Manny, what'd you say, Manny?
With hugs and kisses.
Isn't that sweet? No match, but it's sweet. You're driving your truck, Manny. Let's hear your next line.
You should bring him home anyway.
Okay. Next
And then
line.
I think if Elizabeth could, she would fill my truck with blank for me. Love, Manny.
Elizabeth?
Fill with sex.
Sex. Manny, what was your answer?
I said golf balls.
Golf ball. Oh, you old romantic, you. The Stringfellows now. We go to you. Keith, your love note to Rosetta.
Dear Rosetta, because I am an aircraft mechanic, I think of you as an airplane. Whenever I see you wearing blank, you're a beautiful, wide-body 747.
Whenever he sees you wearing blank, you're a beautiful, wide-body 747.
Nothing.
Nothing? Keith, what'd you say?
Negligee.
A negligee. All right, thinking of you as an airplane. Next line, Keith.
But whenever we blank, you're a sleek, supersonic jet fighter. Love, Keith.
Is that it?
Make love.
Whenever we make love. Keith, what'd you say? You said make love, right? You did. Trust me. That's a match. Good for $200, puts you to $530, and Stringfellows, you're our champions with $530. Congratulations to you. Hydes right, you have $160. That's yours to keep. Thanks for being here. Hernandez, you have $200. You were terrific. You were a delight. Thanks for joining us. Stringfellows, $530. That means we throw in a bonus since you're the champs of $1,000. Make it $1,530. Enjoy it. Spend it well. Thanks for being here. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bob Goen. So long, everybody. Hello, boys. Good job.
Some of our contestants will receive Sears Spring Summer Catalog, a spring catalog with over 1,200 pages of ideas. Call 1-800-453-7000. Rich, creamy Heath ice cream bars with crunchy toffee tidbits mixed right in. That's why you can't beat a Heath. New Bright drives so fast now you can turn on a bright shine in nearly half the time. The Jetson steel-belted radio, made with 2 steel belts for riding safety and durability. Roar with the Lions from Jetson. A member of our studio audience will receive Academy Broadway, quality products designed for complete carefree outdoor fun, featuring this inflatable rubber boat with motor mount for water sports or leisure from Academy Broadway Corporation. Perfect Match is distributed by Lorimar Telepictures.